Quickly, watch this video before some other content creator takes my pics and puts it on their channel as their own. What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you with another market watch today. So, we finally have Fist of the Gadgets coming out, releasing today for OTS stores, and tomorrow for everybody else. Or if you have a Walmart near you, like a couple of days ago. Fist of the Gadget booster box looks to have a lot of cards that aren't really gadget related. More just Fire Fist related. And the most expensive card in the set is Brother of the Fire Fist Eagle, which holds a $38 price point, even though its market price is at $42. You got the other cards like Eland, which is about $16 under its $19 market price. Once again, these card prices are going to have a huge variance because today's release day. After a while, we'll see everything cool down, and depends if Fire Fist does anything in the meta, will be pending on how these card prices are dealing with Fist of the Gadgets. Other cards like Elephant are also around $16 on their $18 market price. Panda's $15, Nines. I mean, all these prices all over the place. We do have great reprints like Hidden City, which finally makes Guru Control available for everybody. No more spending up to $30 when it was at peak for Hidden City. No more of that now. Hidden City comes as a super rare and Fist of the Gadgets, will obviously will lower the price point of Secret Rare Hidden City, which we'll check out in a second. Let's see. So Hidden City, once again, super rare is about $6. The market price has it about the market price. Oh, God, TCG player, man. Okay, never mind. Just the Hidden City, it's higher than obviously $6 for Secret Rare, but obviously, in my opinion, I think Hidden City Secret Rare will be lowering in value, being the fact that there's a super rare reprint coming out today. Other cards like Brother of the Fire Fist Swan, which is about $5, Peacock, and everything else in this set. One thing that's really interesting about this set is two Dracos. Two Dracos are finally getting the final reprint of that red True Draco guy, which I always forget because I don't play the deck. But they're finally getting a reprint, which is obviously going to make True Dracos more of a budget-friendly deck. But we know that's not the case with Two Dracos. In fact, every time Two Dracos has a reprint of a card that's really high, something else spikes up in value. It just always happens. And the economy has to run in and throw another reprint of that card, whatever it is, to lower the value. And I think that card's going to be Card of the Mize. I think Card of the Mize is going to be probably the card that's going to go up in value. I could be wrong. Even though, once again, it has reprintings in Legendary Hudson Kaiba at Secret Rare, originally coming out in Millennium Pack, and even Dual Power, but I do think Card of Mice is probably going to be the card that True Dracos might want to play. Now, you can say, well, True Dracos could run other cards in their decks as Draw Power, and I mean, we just got a reprint of Duality as an $80, $70 ulti reprint, and the other values will drop, and yeah, sure, I get that. I mean, not Duality's eyes, I get that. But I still think Card of Mice is a phenomenal card, and True Dracos players can really utilize the card heavily as they're playing cards like Crackdown, which is a blowout card, and any other kind of control like the Gonna Be One and other cards like that that is really good against the current meta right now. True Dracos will easily become a budget meta deck that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be flocking to. And as they flock to that, values will go up in certain cards. And I think that card is going to be, once again, Card of Mice. Secret Card of Mice is coming in roughly around $7, same as market price. A Card of Mice from Millennium Pack is actually at $6, is the original printing. And then the Dual Power version, which is just like the Millennium Pack actually, maybe a little bit lighter in the ink, but for the most part, they look almost identical. The Dual Power version of Card of Mice is about $5, higher than its current $4 price point. But going back to Fire Fist, looking at the other Fire Fist cards that's not from Fist of the Gadgets, Brother of Fire Fist Dragon is increasing in price again. The card maintained a price point roughly around $20 on its market price, but looking at Unlimited version of Dragon, they're actually $28. And then we look at a first edition version, it goes up to $40 for Dragon. This was a dollar binder special that just, I mean, this is why I say Yu-Gi-Oh is nothing like Magic and nothing like Pokemon in the market. Prices just there's no like double or triple in price. There's the card's $1 and now it's $40. We see this actually the same kind of jump from a dollar bind to this high price point with Madolche's being one of the Madolche cards. I thought the Exceed monster. It's Pudding Sets Chaka a la mode. We've seen the same exact thing, and that doesn't really happen in other card games. I mean, I'm not saying it never happens, but it happens way less than it happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! Once again, look at other cards. You got Ulti Bear, so obviously going to be a valued card. Ulti Tiger King, and Horse Prince, which is actually going down the market. Horse Prince holding a $12 market price, and it's actually less than $9 in the real in its real price point. The name and first versions of the card is almost near $10 still, so it's still a little bit high, but it's overall lower than the current high price of Horse Prince. And Hopefully you guys sold yours already, because I don't know if Five Fist is gonna be good or not. I personally kept one Horse Prince first edition, and I got rid of the rest of them because I only think you need one even if you wanted to play the deck. But I don't think that this card should maintain that high price point. I think that's all based off hype and all based off Yu-Gi-Oh players getting really excited about this deck. And we don't know whether or not, once again, Brother of Five is going to be good or not. I hope it is. I love this deck. It looks like a fun deck. I love the artwork and everything like that. But once again, we do not know. Judgment Light versions of Roosters are also around $4. A little bit higher than the market price, which is barely on the fours. Coyote, same thing. Everything else in the market for Five Fist is not that expensive. And it gets you thinking, if Five Fists do become good, are you going to go in on Five Fists and as a whole? So let's say we start seeing the profiles of Five Fist monsters, and we start seeing Yu-Gi-Oh players play all this new stuff like Eagle and Dragon. Are you looking to go into other Five Fist cards that aren't maybe going up in value because they could be tech choices or good options? Or are you just going directly towards the deck and going, I'm going to pick a Five Fist? If it was to become, once again, a tier 1 deck. Moving forward, guys, looking at 2019 Megatons, we have cards like Barlow Dragon. You know, I was hoping, I made the Megaton video the other day, and vendors and store owners saw it, and they're like, yeah, that V has a point. No one's going to be buying Barlow Dragon for $38. That's just dumb. They didn't. They absolutely didn't. And looking at cards like Barlow Dragon, and looking at cards like, Danger Nessie, they're still at, you know, $38 and $28 respectively. And you can tell nobody's really buying these cards because YGOPaisano Black Market has 12 listings that have not sold. Pro Play Games just play a little more conservative and put 3 listings they have not sold. And you can see it's almost all over as far as places that put the cards at certain price listings. Trap Trick Ultra Rares are $20. Calm yourself, Black Market. That's not going to be the case. And once again, this is Danger Jackalope being $20 for real though. Do you think $20? No, do not. And we can see once again, Yu-Gi-Oh players going and not deciding to go in and buy the early hype as we would used to do for other pre-os or other sets that we would be excited about. We want to grab these cards early. Nobody's doing that for 2019 Megatons because why? Why buy these at their insanely high price point? Hopefully more stores get a chance to list their prices. I have the option to list my prices here in TCG Player as I am a store owner. I'm not going to because I don't believe nobody really has a good set number for all these card singles in the market for the Megatons. And we know that by looking at the Megaton market over here and seeing all these cards all over the place. And if you're a fellow store owner, I highly advise you from even listing on the store. Oh, before I begin, I just want to say, I want to give a quick shout out to Guardian Games in Indiana. I forgot to do that, talk about it early in the video, but Guardian Games was a great card show. I went to Indiana to visit, and a lot of the people were really chill, really lax people, and I really had a fun time. They're the ones that ran the UDS, and if you go anywhere regional-wise or even YCS-wise, more than likely you're going to have Guardian Games running the event, and a majority of their staff was really kind, really nice, and once again, very professional, and understanding of the game, and very relaxed, and that's something I greatly appreciate. And every now and then we see a store that's really exemplifies what is to be a good store. I just want to point that out, because you rarely see that sometimes in certain cases, and I know we could go on Reddit, or we could go on YouTube and hear horror stories of these other stores. In fact, I have one of my own, I might share one day with you guys, in the card store I went to, that was just a horror story of a card shop. But Guardian Games, once again, they're in Indiana. If you guys have Indianapolis, Indiana, I believe. They run all the majority of the events around this area, and they're a great store. They're a great store, great player base, great community, and I really did have a great time. And I just wanted to shout them out. And my buddy Earl at YGOPaisano Organization, another great guy as well. We actually, after the UDS, I had an opportunity, because I was in the content creator area and I was recording content, to talk to Earl, and I actually enjoyed that as well. So I just want to give a shout out to those two guys. I really get a chance. I really give shouts, by the way. I don't think I've ever given a shout out in years, but I really specifically want to give a shout out to these two. Because I just felt like it was something that's, you know, it stood out to me throughout the weekend at the UDS, and I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I forgot up until this exact moment. I wrote it down, actually, but I forgot until this exact moment to give them, because they really did make the experience a lot better at the UDS. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button, like button, comment down below, and let's go on to the market watch. Alright, so up next, Battles of Legends Heroes Revenge. If we're going to look at anything that says Boros Sword, we're going to look at the cigarette version that's $43 from Battles of Legends Heroes Revenge. I mean, $43 or a couple of dollars less and you can buy a pre-order on an ultra rare. No one's doing that. People are going to pay extra money to get the extra value, to get a better version of Borsal Dragon. And once again, this is the Borsal Dragon that's super rare, that we know is going to be good, unlike the Borsal Dragon that is ultra rare, that may be in like every other pack. We just don't know. Looking at Black Soldier Chaos, this card was $34. We're now seeing it here almost here $40. And the reason is simple. A lot of players playing a lot of combo decks can easily go with the Black Soldier Chaos. There's some of them are opting to opt this in instead of Appaloosa. And the reason why is because the card is very hard for a lot of decks to get over, especially Strikers, which is really good against combo decks. But when you play Black Soldier Chaos, it just kind of evens the odds in one card. And I think that's something really interesting to take note of. Sky Striker Mobilized Engage is also going up a little bit in value. It's like a $15.75 market price. We're seeing a $16, almost near $17 for the Battles of Legends Secret Rare versions, and it's coming out to Megaton. So this is what I think about the Megaton thing coming out as far as other valuations. Engage Heroes Revenge is going to drop low when we get the reprint in the 2019 Megatons. Borsword will probably drop a little bit when we get to Ultra reprint. They're not going to tank though, and they're still going to be higher than the lower rarity printings. If there's a higher rarity printings, then we have to go ahead and talk about that. But that's when the Megatons, when we get more near the Megatons, and we see more price listings, and then we get a better take on what's going to go up and what's going to go down based off the rarity and of course the pull ratio of some of these. I'm probably going to be doing a case opening on this channel as well, so if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe. But I'll probably be doing a case opening of Megatons, just so we can get a good indication of what comes in the full case. We've already heard rumors already. People saying, "Oh yeah, you get a place in every promo rare in one case." That's kind of that's trash. That's horrible, actually. If that's the case, then maybe these 2019 Megatons high prices, maybe the promos are where it's at. But once again, that's all hype and speculation, and people just not knowing because nobody really knows. Nobody has a grasp. So that's something I just really want to bring up to you guys. Soundmaker Amarach holding a $12 market price. This is a pretty good card. I mean, to see it at 12, it's kind of shocking. I think that's kind of low. Then we have Cyframe Lamba hitting near $9. This card was like around 6s. Lamphrosaurus was 2s. And I was seeing combo videos. If you watched my Market Watches last week, that's exactly what I was talking about. Lamphonicus is 2. Lamba's better. It was at 6. Now everyone knows Lamba's better. Now it's going to 9 because this is way better of a card than Lamphonicus, especially if you're side decking Cyframes. This card's amazing. Moving forward, guys, we have the original Battles of Legends. And let's take a look at this one, because this is a good indicator of the future of Battles of Legends Heroes Revenge. And the indication is not that bad, but not amazing. So a sealed box of Battle of Legends Revenge is about $80. Double Evolution Pill is about $8, which is low, just because it's not really seeing any play. Dinosaurs have basically teamed up with Dragon Link, and they don't need Double Evo Pill. But Double Evo Pill is about $8. Artifact Sanctum was like a nothing card in this set. Now it's holding about $8 with the reprint of Artifact Sai. Something has to be worth money, am I right, fellas? Then you got Denko Sekka still holding a $7 price point. Cyberbeam Lord Omega doing nothing but being $6.50 at it. And then other cards like Into the Void, which was an ultra rare, holding a $46 price point. And there's a lot of other mid-range price point cards in this set. I still think Minerva is dirt cheap. I still recommend anybody out there who doesn't have a Minerva, grab a playset. This card should not be $3. This card's price blows my mind every time I look at it. Moving forward, Infernoid. Infernoid is slowly going up in value. Before it starts racing to the top in crazy values, I just want to point it out to you. We haven't had an Infernoid reprint in a good amount of time, and we haven't had anyone really top with Infernoids since last regional season, which they did top. They blew out the market. So I think Infernoid going first against the current meta is amazing. Inferno going second, you're gonna want to talk about going in game 2 and game 3 because you're probably gonna lose that one if you're looking to play it against any combo deck. But looking at Infernoids right now, the price point is slowly slipping away. A Noku is ultimate rare. As far as like lightly played positions, about 8. It's moving higher than 760 market price. Decatron is slowly moving away as well. They're about $8 to $9, higher than a $7 market price. Tierra actually is calming down a little bit, but then again, it's ultra rare, and nobody cares about that because the ulti is the one you want to get anyway. So that actually makes perfect sense to me. Harmodic is it's actually about the same price as currently in the market. I just want to point out for you guys and just take into consideration. If you want to buy any deck core, if you're looking to grab one, I would highly recommend you grab Infernoids. They're still good. They're sporadically throughout every meta decent, and they're a deck that's just always going to be around. Konami always has to think, whenever they play decks that manipulate the graveyard, how does this impact Infernoids? They don't have to think about that with like 6 Samurais. They don't have to think about that with any other deck like Harpies. But when you think about, okay, we have this one card that you mill a bunch of cards from the deck to the graveyard, or any kind of mill card, or any kind of card that really impacts the graveyard to help spam more cards into the graveyard, you know, like Grass is Greener, they have to go, wait a minute, we have this deck called Infernoids. It literally lives off the graveyard. Does this card work with this with Infernoids? Because if it does, we might have accidentally broken a meta. And that's something that you really can't do with almost any deck in the game. Besides Infernoids, maybe Light Sworn, because they had a lot of graveyard variations as well. Twilight Swans, Zombie Swans, all this amazing variants, which was really fun, actually. Dragon Swans. But yeah, looking at Infernoids, I definitely recommend grabbing a deck core this is throwing to the side. Moving up, guys, we have Cleaforts. Now, I just want to point out the fact that Cleaforts are also going up in value as well. And it could be because Yu-Gi-Oh players are just going, I miss Cleaforts, I'm just going to buy them. Or it could be because Cleaforts are just a good deck that we kind of all forgot about. I mean, let's be honest, Towers is not the be-all, end-all card like it used to be. But Cleaforts is still a good deck and still maintains good value. And looking at the market price, we're seeing the market price of $5 and then the actual price of $6. Another card for Stealth being $4. Its price was hitting near $6. All these Cleafort cards are slowly starting to go up in value, and the rest of the deck core is like $10. So this is another great deck core to pick up. Something nobody's looking at right now. Nobody's talking about Cleaforts. Nobody is, because when you mention pendulums, it's a new pendulum variant. And I think that's kind of dangerous for a lot of for a lot of collectors when they hear one kind of mechanic like pendulums. You go, oh, pendulum do me magicians. And then you totally forgot about decks like Metaphors and Cleaforts. Decks that were the best decks in their heyday. These are great deck cores that nobody's talking about, nobody's looking about. And I think if you are looking to pick up a deck core, these are the exact ones I would recommend to you. Next, number 46, Draco. Ultimate Rare, of course. Less than $5 on the market price. Unlimited versions are about 10. Okay, we have one Lightly Play version for like 7, 8. Then Unlimited's about 10. And the next version is $21. Once again, guys, like I said in the beginning of the video, I just want to emphasize, before any other content creator copies my picks, gives my reasonings, and talks exactly how I talk about my cards, I just really want to throw it out there for you. Lightly Played, this is probably, by the time you watch the video, it's probably be gone anyway. Lightly Played, like $7, $8. The next one after that's $21. Unlimited's all over the place. They're about 9 to $10, and they slowly scale up. Up next, Divine Dragonite Felgren, holding a $6 market price, is dirt cheap in my opinion. Lightly Play Unlimited is $5 for Divine Dragon Felgren. It came in the same set, Shao Specters, as number 46. I just think this is a highly undervalued card. For $5 for Unlimited Felgren, it's a pretty good value, actually. Now, when we talk about First Edition Felgren, things get a lot different. There's only, by the way, 3 pages on TCG Player. First Edition Felgrens are about like $7.50. So the difference is like $2. So once again, if you don't own a Felgren, I would highly recommend you grab one. Now, this is one of those cards that came in multiple rarities. Konami used to do that. Now they don't do it anymore. Let me see if I can show you guys before TCG Player just craps out of me. By the way, if you want to buy any cards from TCG Player, links will be in the description. Okay, so Divine Dragon Knight Felgren Ghost Rares, they're like $17, which once again is still, compared to other Ghost Rares, this is dirt cheap. And I think we can now have a conversation about unlimited Ghost Rares, being the fact that all first edition Ghost Rares, if not all of them, a majority of them, are just obscure price points. So now we gotta come back here and talk about unlimited ones, because that's the available quantity. Once that's gone, we can talk about Ultimate Rares, which I think Felgren, even Ultimate Rare right now, is a good buy. But looking at Divine Dragon Felgren, it's like $17. If you want a first edition version, it's $20. These values are not going to stay here. There's not like nobody out there with a bunch of Shao Specters cracking packs and throwing near mint Felgrens on the market. It's just not happening. But once again, look at that Felgren came out Shao Specters, came out Megatins in 2014, came out Ultimate Rare, and obviously Ghost Rare and Shao Specters. But it's something I just want to point out to you guys. That's just great value. Savage Skull Dread, you say? Well, it's about to hit $30. The 2018 Mega Pack version is. Market price of this card roughly around $27.50, and here's why. The $27.50 Nimbin First Edition version, which is only 2 lists on the market, is $26. After those 2 are gone, they are $30 for the 2018 Mega Edition version of Savage Skull Dread. Now, you can wait about 2 months and get the Ultra Red version, which obviously this price of $26, $30 will be mythological. It'll be gone. The price point will be tanked by that time. Or you could go in and grab your Savages right now because we got regional season coming up at the end of the month. Then we got Extreme Force versions of Savages Skull Dread being about $27 under that market, on market price, and unlimited versions are about $28, near mint $30. So it's up to you which version of Savages you want. Just know that there's a couple of cheap ones on the market before, and you blink and they're gone. Then we have other cards like Royal Legacy Guard Dragon, holding an $18 market price, being obviously one of the most used cards throughout the weekend in Dragon Link at the UDS in Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, the thing about this card is, everyone went crazy for it. The card was only $4, spiked high in value, and it's coming back down in value. We're looking at the price point of the actual price point being roughly $16 for this card. And the reason is simple. You don't need 3 of these cards. You might not even need 2. And especially with World Legacy Succession, getting a reprint in the Mega Tins, well, you can play one World Legacy Guard Dragon, one World Legacy Succession, so when your Imped's board, you always have a choice. And if you have Guard Dragon, you're only rewarded by grabbing that Succession and mid-combo promote more monsters on your board by playing it. It only helps you out more. So that's like why I like seeing this card at 1 and seeing Succession at the other one. By the way, you haven't seen my deck profile I did on John Kondakan, I think his name is. Check it out. He does exactly what I said, and it definitely rewards him. And if you want to watch the blog and all that's the KONAMI blog, all that's in my previous deck profile video of him. I did it yesterday. It should be up here on the channel. Once again, check it out. Up next, Pot of Duality. Duelist Revolution, being a $24 card. Lightly played about $18 to $19. First versions of Duality, well, that's where it gets a little bit different. First version of the Duality is going to be roughly around $37. Now, the reason why I want to mention this is because I know I mentioned this over and over again, because we just have Pot of Desires as the ultimate rare. So a lot of you good players are going to be moving their first and secret rare Pot of Desires. In fact, we know this for a fact that happened because it happened with Duality when Ulti Duality came out so long ago. People got rid of secret rare Dualities for pennies on the dollar. Well, looking at Duality, Pot of Desires, we're seeing the secret rare be thrown into the market. I'm not sure if I actually have it here. I'll type it in. Pot of Desires secret rares are just really cheap as compared to what they used to be. Now look at Pot of Desires once again, OTS 11. There's one over here for about $69, and that seems to be the norm. Like I said, with Pot of Desires, the price will go down to 40 and hover into the cartridge any kind of meta relevance. Still a phenomenal card. But look at Pot of Desires secret rare from Dark Illusion. It was a $36 market price, and Lightning Play first edition are $14. Once again, if you want to get Pot of Desires and you don't want ultis, I'm totally with you. Buy the secret rares. They will go up in value. No questions. We know this with Duality. We're going to know this with Desires. There's no question of mine. I'm keeping my secret Desires, and I'm looking to get as many more secret Desires as possible. And even though I'll probably one day get ulti Desires, secret Desires are the ones that's going to be doubling in price point. So keep an eye on this. Then we have Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, a card which I'm shocked is not $90 right now. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit holding a $74 market price is actually stabilizing up at around $74. I got a lightly played over here from a new seller, it's up to you. But for the most part, it's $74 for Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. This card should not be at this price point. Let's make one thing clear. This card is amazing. Maybe it's because the reprints coming out in October, but if you're a max rarity Yu-Gi-Oh player who wants to play competitively with that bling bling in your deck, you're going to want ulti Ghost Ogres, and they're amazing at stopping Guard Dragons. They bring an LP and they have another Guard Dragon, another monster pointing down, they activate LP, you ogre them, and that hurts a lot of combo players. I think a lot more then they're willing to tell you the rest of the Yu-Gi-Oh player base, and the rest of the regular Yu-Gi-Oh player base understands. This card's blowout, and it can end turns against a combo player. So if you're a combo player, you're gonna once again want to play this card in your combo deck because you want to stop them one card and then play the rest of your deck and just take them out in one turn. Once again, guys, check out the deck profile. This card's in it at 3, rightfully so. Look at the Ghost Reaper Winter Cherry. It's another card nobody's talking about right now. Once again, we're seeing the reprinted versions coming out. Totally fine. Shining Victory's Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries is at $4. Look at the market price. It's less than that. It's actually at $2 for unlimited versions. When we look at first edition Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries, it's actually less than under $4 still. Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries is still an amazing card. You play against any combo player, and when they activate the Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries, when they activate any of their start activating their effects, your Reaper Cherries will either aggro pain or LP away. This is good if you're playing combo. It's good if you're playing against combo. It's good if you're going first and you're gonna go full combo and grab your Reaper and Winter Cherries when you Saryuja cycle for it. It's just a good card in general. So I'm really shocked to see this card not seeing any kind of meta play. But now with Control being more of a dominant deck with the release of Nibiru, we might see Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries actually play again. And if that's the case, that's the version that's gonna be worth a lot of money. That's it. Not the one coming out in 2 months from now. Even though the alternate art looks really cool. Not the other rarities. They're trash. That version, Secret Rare, Shining Victory, First Edition, Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries, under $4. That's what you want to consider. Then we have pendulums. Pendulum core is actually going down in value. It was around $11 like last week and a half ago. The market price is at $8. Well, it's barely holding on to $7. And the reason why is because everyone has the pendulum decks. Nobody wants to go into pendulums now. There's no sense for it. Pendulum is, in my opinion, a great deck against Nibiru. It's not the be all end all, but any player holding Nibiru is not going to be able to fully resolve that card against Pendulum Magicians. And maybe pendulums might increase in value. I don't think so, but it could be a possibility. I just think that everyone who wants to own pendulums has pendulums already. I don't think there's not one competitive YuGiOh player that I know that does not have a pendulum deck core just lying around. You always have it in, because cards like Pendulum Core are really good, and Pendulum Evolutions is a hard set to really find. There's still some circulation. You can buy boxes still for $40, but they're relatively hard to find in a regular card shop. Then you got Dragon's Mirror being around $4. Okay. Moving forward, guys, we got another more version of cards like Star Eater and Ghost Rare and Ultimate Rare. And just like Felgren, I just want to point out, here's another great example of a card that's not going to maintain this price point for long. Star Eater Ghost Rare is going to increase in value. You got Lightly Played version hitting about 18 under 22 and a 22.50 market price. And you got the Ultimate version hitting about $9, which is really cheap for Star Eater. And this is another great card for collectors. First version's about $9 for this card. I would highly recommend you go in and grab these cards if you're looking to collect a trade and whatnot, because these cards are not going to be here long on the market. Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to anything. Hit the like button, comment down below. I read every single one of your comments. And yeah, I would love to know what you guys think. Once again, special shout out to my buddies over at Guardian Games. Great shop, great guys. And of course, my buddy Earl from YGOPaisano organization. I had a great time hanging out and talking with all these guys and got to meet them throughout the weekend. It was probably my favorite part about the weekend, meeting all new faces and talking to them about the game that I love so much. And obviously, they love so much because it's so involved. Anyway, Paisanos, your boy V. And you guys have a great day.